How's everybody doing today? It is Tuesday. It's February 11th, 2025, and this is Walk With Me in Real Estate. My name is Kevin Bentley. I work for Century 21 Professionals out of the Troy office. I am happy to talk to you about anything, any questions you have in real estate. Tonight's show, we're going to talk about several things. We'll talk about Farmington Hills and some of the market statistics for that. We'll talk about the schools in Farmington Hills. We'll talk about the Hawk, which is a wonderful community center there, and then we'll talk about one of my favorite restaurants there, and we'll go through all of that shortly. You've already gotten a couple of tidbits earlier this evening on what I do with my spare time, some of my furniture refinishing in this case, and I'll talk a little more about that in some other clips that we are looking on there. So for now, let's get started. Farmington Hills, Michigan, and Farmington also. They're right next to each other. City, Farmington Hills outside of it. So these are the numbers for January of 2025. It's the most recent numbers that we have available. Average days on market for Farmington Hills, 39 days. That is that's up a little bit from what was going on at late last year. But again, this is January numbers. January is a little slow, so we'll see where we go with that. Number of listings, we have 247 right now. That is down from a high point in September of 2024 of 332. Don't read a lot of that into it. It's the slow time of year as well. Average selling price for Farmington Hills right now is $295. I'm sure there are plenty, in fact I know there are plenty of homes that are above that. There's some really nice areas in Farmington Hills, so but that's the average. List price per square foot is $146 per square foot. So that's a good starting point. You can think about that when you're trying to decide how much house you can afford, what you want, all of those sorts of things. And right now, months on hand as of January, there are about 3.8, just under 4 months on hand as far as inventory is concerned. That's turning over fairly quickly every month or so, with 39 days average days on market. So you can see what that number is changing. If you've got questions about the Farmington Hills market or any of the other suburb markets around the northern suburbs of Detroit or the western suburbs of Detroit, give me a call, 248-568-7763. I am happy to talk to you about just about anything on real estate. Let me know what you're interested in, whether you're investing, whether you're buying a new home, selling a current home, any of that, I can help. Schools, Farmington Hills schools. This is Farmington School District, public school district. They get an overall rating of an A-. This is from niche.com. And let's go to that page so that I'm speaking accurately here. There we go. Yeah, they get an A- overall. For academics, an A-, diversity and college prep, straight A's. For teachers, clubs and activities, and administration, they get B's and B-. There's some things, I don't know how that's rated, but niche.com, you can go there at any time, just look up Farmington Public Schools, and they'll tell you what the latest ratings are in their system. It's also got more information on how those ratings are calculated. You can get a full report card of the Farmington schools from there. One of the things that I love about Farmington is something called the Hawk. So, what happened here? There we go. A few years ago, they shut down because of population. They closed down one of the high schools in Farmington Hills. In the process, they decided they had to figure out something to do with that space. What are they going to do with the property that sits there on 12 Mile? It's a beautiful building. It's wonderful. So what happens? What do they do? One of the things that they came up with is let's create a community center. When you talk about a community center, a lot of places have these. Sometimes the community centers have things going on, sometimes they don't. A lot of times it's a building that's been fixed up nicely. I can tell you, this is a community center that is absolutely fantastic. It is a thriving community center with activities going on all of the time. You can get a pass from there from a couple $100 for the year up to maybe, I think it's $400 or $500 for the family that gets everybody in for all of the events. In the Hawk, as you can imagine, since it's an old high school, there are rooms, community rooms that can be used for meetings, that kind of thing. There's also a pool, so they've got aquatics, swim lessons, pool schedules, lifeguarding opportunities, swim clubs, that kind of thing. Arts and cultures, there's festivals and events, artist in residence. You can take classes and learn different processes if you got time and you're kind of an artsy person. I like to think of myself as pretty creative. You can go talk to one of these people, learn some things, take the classes, and find out, what your creative, how you want to express your creativity. Members can have birthday parties there. There are day camps for the kids in the summertime, certification classes for different things, fitness training, there's golf, just any number of things that can happen there. In the summertime, with all of the athletic fields, there's, like Little League Baseball, things of that nature. Kids are playing sports, that kind of stuff, as they go on there. Wonderful, wonderful, thriving center there. I hope you spend some time and go check it out. You can get day passes too. You don't have to spend all of that money all at once. You can get a day pass and take care of it that way. They have discounts for senior citizens, all sorts of stuff. Parks and Rec, sports, rentals. Let's see what rentals does here. Rentals, you can, so you can rent like the centers, the parks. There's something called the Longacre House for weddings, receptions, baby showers, that kind of thing. Just wonderful, wonderful, thriving community center. Certification classes, babysitters and CPR training. If you've got teenage kids that are interested in interested in babysitting, make a little extra money after school, they can get certified as a babysitter, get CPR training, and it gives them a little edge in talking to the neighbors, trying to find babysitting gigs for them. Lifeguarding instructors, certification classes for that. As I said, just a wonderful, wonderful resource to have in town. Facility is well kept up and just wonderful to be a part of. We're going to keep this one a little short this week. We've given you the information on Farmington Hills. If you have any questions, let me know. I will finish up with a comment on one of my favorite restaurants in Farmington Hills. If you like sushi, it's the perfect place. Little small, kind of a family-owned, well, it is a family-owned business. It's called Sushi KO. They're at 30,703 West 12 Mile, Farmington Hills. Talk to Patrick in there, tell him Kevin sent you. It's wonderful, a wonderful place. They're open 6 days a week. They close for lunch at 2 to 3. But the rest of the time they are open until 8:30 or 9 o'clock, depending on the night. The sushi is wonderful. Patrick and the company will take wonderful care of you. And the family is just they're a neat little family, and they have a wonderful little business going there. So by all means, go check them out and try the sushi. My favorite is the spicy California roll. They got a selection of Japanese beers, various things, and just some phenomenal food to go in there and try. So I think that's it for today's show. If you have any questions, give me a call. Kevin Bentley, Century 21 Professionals, 248-568-7763. And this is Walk With Me in Real Estate. So come on, walk with me. Let's find your dream home.